Hey guys, and welcome to Kentucky Swagger. I'm your host, Joe Sticks. Today I'm going to do a beer review on Shock Top Belgian White. It's probably backwards because I'm using my laptop. My wife's camera kind of went on to berserk, so I have to use the laptop for now. I would use my cell phone, but we used it and it fell and broke. I wound up having to get it replaced, so I'm not going to do it that way anymore. I don't have any way to keep it set up and sustained and keep it from flipping off of stuff. But anyways, this is a Belgian white. It's a Belgian-style wheat ale brewed with citrus peels and coriander. And sitting here looking at the bottom of it, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there is a bit of sediment there. So I'm assuming there's sediment in the bottom of this, and I'm going to pour it like... I think you're supposed to mix it in there with it, shake it up or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I normally don't do that with the sediment because I do brew my own beer, and I normally do not mix the sediment in with my beer. But I think you're supposed to do that with these beers, especially the wheat beers. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of swish it around and get it in there so it'll add to the flavors. Not really too sure. It's 5.2% alcohol on this. It does say that on the side, and it is the Shock Top Brewing Company located in St. Louis, Missouri. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. We are going to judge it on the taste, the smell, and the color. We'll check out the head as well. I'm going to try to determine the mouthfeel too and the flavors. But let's go ahead and get this thing cracked open here, popped. It does have a twist-off lid. I thought it was a regular pop top, but it's an actual twist-off lid, so I didn't know that. So, hey, whatever, But we'll go ahead and get this thing poured out and see what we got going on. It's a damn good head on that beer, isn't it? I do see the particulate floating around inside of there. It is cloudy. It's quite cloudy, and there's particulate floating around in there. It's got a cream-colored head on it. The coloring of the beer is, I don't know, a dark straw color. I'm not sure what you would call that. But straw. I smell citrus in this beer. I do smell a lot of citrus. It did say that it was brewed with citrus peel in it, so there will probably be a lot of citrus in that. It doesn't stink at all, but we'll go ahead and give it a taste and see how it is. You can taste the citrus in it. Tastes like oranges. That's the flavor I'm getting out of that. Let's taste it again. It tastes like oranges. It's got a creamy mouthfeel. I'm not so sure that I'm particularly fond of that mouthfeel. Try it again. It weighs. It was kind of light at first, but then it kind of like weighed on my tongue, almost like an oil slick, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't know if it was from mixing the particulate or the sediment from the bottom into it that made it do that. It's not nasty, but it's not something I would go back to. If you like, it kind of got thick after the first few drinks. After the first drink, it kind of got thick on the tongue, almost like an oily texture on my tongue, if you understand what I'm saying. That I do not like. The flavors aren't bad, but it's that oily texture on my tongue after drinking that I didn't like. And just for that alone, I'm going to say that I would not recommend this. Um, some people might like that if you like a thick tongue texture or whatever it is that I'm getting out of that. Go ahead and try it out. The flavors are great, but just not particularly fond of that oil slick on the tongue kind of feel. The head was great on it. It's got a decent lacing on it. Really cloudy. Carbonation was fine. It's just that oil slick texture on my tongue after drinking it. Let's try it again, see if it's still there. Maybe it was my mouth. Maybe it needed to be rinsed out. Who knows? Let's try it again. Nope, there it is again. I'm going to have to give this one here a thumbs down for me. Not particularly fond of that oil slick texture on my tongue. Sorry, Shock Top. I can't say that I would recommend you. But if you go to a place where you're able to buy a bunch of different beer, you know, in like a my daughter getting crazy outside. But anyways, a bunch of beer in like an assortment pack like I do. I go get an assortment from Kroger's or whatever. If you want to try it, try it. But I can't recommend it because I do not like that mouthfeel. It just something about that oily texture on my tongue that it's giving me. It's super creamy texture, and I do not like that. I like a lighter creamy texture. You know what I'm talking about. But that oil slick feel on my tongue from that, I can't recommend it. And I will probably pour this out. But anyways, y'all have a good one. And keep brewing.